you're going to want to set up what you need. So I put a knot in the elastic. That's to kind of ensure that the elastic isn't going to be, I'm not going to pull it out of the furl, because I'm not exactly the best when it comes to crimping these. You might want to get help from somebody who's really strong, but you take the furl and you put it on the elastic, and then this is the crimper. You take and you place this in the crimper, like so, and then you press really, 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 really hard, and then your elastic should be crimped, like so. So that not just kind of adds the insurance, because I'm putting this in the leg. So the next thing you want to do is take your washer, slide it through the elastic, and then of course take your cap and slide it through. And this is the part that's going to go in the leg. So you have the crimped furl, the flat washer, and then the cap. So I just slip that in. You want to make sure that you hang on to the elastic so it doesn't all fall inside the leg, and you just want to work it back inside, making sure not to, this is another patience thing, you don't want to break the cap or rip the final leg. And there it is. So, once it's done, you string it back into the body. So, right through the joint. Take your other hand, there, and then pull it through. And then we're going to work on inside of the body. Trying to get it so that way you can see. Okay, so you want to take the cap that was inside the body, place it through the elastic cording, then the washer, and then the other breast furl gets put through. And I'm putting the ring, or that one end piece, down so it faces the washer. So when you have it all done, looks like so. This is also tricky. This is probably where you want to volunteer someone to help you, because you need to pull really, really tight on this elastic in order to crimp this furl and make sure that your joint is tight. If the joint is, if you don't get it tight enough in this stage, you can still end up with a loose joint, and then you have to start all over again with the process. So it's best to have somebody pulling on the elastic and then somebody else crimping. I'm by myself, but I'm going to try to do this on my own. So you take your crimper and put it in the spot you want to crimp. I'm pulling really tightly with my one hand. You can see that the elastic's really stretched. And I'm also using that, kind of that, there's that ring on that furl. I'm kind of using that and actually pushing down on my crimper while I'm pushing it closed. So, if I can get it. So I'm closing it, crimping it or whatever, as hard as I can. Okay, I can open it up. So now it's crimped and you can see it's still loose, but like I said, I'm not the world's best crimper, so I can usually tighten it and move it a bit and kind of redo it if I don't get it right the first time. And this is a case where you need muscles to do this project, but so I'm gonna recrimp it. Let's see if I use both my hands, maybe. See if that holds. And I still tie a knot on this end too, because I just want to make sure that when I'm playing with the doll, nothing slides around or moves around. So I just tie a square knot. Okay, so now I got the knot tightened. This leg is done. You should go and repeat the process all over again with the other limbs that need to be retightened in your doll. I've already retightened this limb just to save time. And so now it's actually time to restuff the doll. I mentioned earlier that I was going to replace the stuffing, but I changed my mind again. I'm just going to put the original stuffing back in this doll. You can always replace the stuffing later at a later time. All you have to do is loosen the neck strings and take her head off, take the stuffing out, and replace it. But just to save some effort, I'm going to put it back in. So you take the bag that you had your stuffing in, and you take the stuffing that is in here, and then you're just going to work it into the body of the doll, because we want to make sure that we get all of this back in. And like I said, if you are replacing the stuffing, just take the stuffing in the bag, make a mark in the bag of how full it is, and then you take the old stuffing, discard it, put the new stuffing in till you fill it up to that mark, and then you add it to your doll. You can also estimate by just adding stuffing to your doll to see if it needs more, if it needs less. And this isn't the biggest issue, but you want to make sure when you're restuffing the doll, you're working it around the legs. That's kind of the hardest part. So just take your thumbs and just work it into all the crevices, or the area between the legs. It's a little tricky. Let's say it was easier pulling out than it is putting in. So if you guys bear with me for a few minutes. So all I'm doing is just working the stuffing in with my thumbs right through the neck. So before you put the doll's head back on the body, sometimes dolls' heads come with these tags. You probably can't read it, but it says Made in USA for Pleasant Company. This is just to authenticate that this is actually a Samantha doll. So you want to make sure that those tags are in the doll's head, because if anybody was to purchase your doll from you, they would like to see those tags. But yeah, you just take the doll and just pull on the neck strings. Okay, and then we're just going to tie a knot, and we're going to tie it really tight, so that way her head will stay on. So once you have the doll all put back together and the head is on secure like it was before, now's the time to test your work and see if the limbs actually are tight. So I'm going to test a leg. I'm actually kind of nervous because, like I said, this is my first time I've actually done this. So it feels tighter than what it was when I began, but we'll see. So you put your leg at a 45-degree angle, and it holds! I'm so excited! So, there you go. That was actually a lot better than I thought. And, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy my tutorials. I have directions in the descriptions for printing. And if you have any other tips, tricks, or ideas to make this process even easier that I didn't show, let me know. And if you want to see anything else in detail or need more instructions, also let me know. Comment on YouTube, send me a notice on my blog. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!